Is Bermuda grass invading your beautiful fescue lawn and making it look like a patchy mess? Well, you're not alone. And today, I'm taking action. In this video, I'll show you exactly how to identify, control, and fight back against that creeping Bermuda that's trying to take over your cool season lawn. So if you're tired of the mixed-matched mess and want a clean, consistent fescue lawn, stick around because I've got the tips and the tools that you need to take your lawn back. What's up, y'all? Thank you so much for coming back for another video. So you've got Bermuda growing in your lawn. Well, I'm here to tell you today you have 3 options. One of which is a cultural practice option, and the other 2 are a chemical control option. And in today's video, I'm gonna show you all 3, and I'm gonna tell you exactly what I'm gonna do in my personal lawn to try to control Bermuda grass. All right, so let's jump in the video with the first way to control Bermuda grass, and that is through your cultural practices. It's important to understand that Bermuda grass is a completely different grass type from your cool season lawn. Bermuda grass is a warm season turf. So it has a completely different growth habit, a completely different fertilizing schedule. And so if we continue and focus on the things that we do in a cool season lawn, that will discourage the warm season grass, the Bermuda, to grow in our lawn. And it starts with mowing tall. If we can mow Bermuda grass tall, it doesn't like it. Bermuda grass typically likes to be mowed at 1 inch, 1.5 inches, 2 inches. So if we're mowing tall, number 1, it's not gonna like it. Number 2, Bermuda grass does not grow or tolerate any shade. So if you have a tall turf, you're basically shading out that Bermuda grass. So another way to control Bermuda grass through your cultural practices is how we feed it. You know, in a cool season lawn, typically in the summertime, we're not feeding the lawn. Well, that is when Bermuda grass is actively growing, and that is when it's growing at its fastest rate. So avoid feeding the lawn in the middle of summer is going to help reduce the chances of that Bermuda grass spreading. So the way Bermuda grass grows is through rhizomes and stolons. And so these rhizomes and stolons, they grow across your lawn, they grow under your lawn, and they kind of pop up here and there. So by not feeding the lawn, not encouraging it to grow, mowing tall, all of those things will help control it. Again, this is not to get rid of it, this is just controlling it. This is not making the problem any worse than it already is. And so with that being said, some people can just live with Bermuda in their lawn. I'm not one of those people. I don't want to see it. It's got a different texture in the lawn. It just doesn't look good. And in the wintertime around here, that Bermuda grass is going to go dormant and turn brown, and it's going to look ugly. So I particularly want to get it out of my lawn. So let's talk about the 2 chemical controls that you have for options to get rid of Bermuda grass. All right, so I have 3 chemical products here on the table, 2 of which are designed to control Bermuda grass, and the other one is meant to actually get rid of it or kill it and make sure it never comes back again. So when I say the word control, what I mean is manage it, right? So both of these products are not going to, in my opinion, get rid of Bermuda grass. The only way to do that is with this, and we'll talk about that a little bit later in the video. Let's start with this Bio Advanced control for Bermuda grass control for lawns. You can pick this up at Lowe's, Home Depot, Amazon. Now I've used this in the past and it doesn't really work. You have to make several different applications, and I've not really had any luck with it slowing down the spread of Bermuda grass. So let's just get rid of this. The next product I want to talk about is Pylex. Now Pylex is a very expensive herbicide. This is a 4-ounce little bottle. I think this cost me about $400. You can see how old this is. I've had this for multiple years. When you look at the label, which I encourage you to do, make sure you are always reading the label. For the best control of Bermuda grass in a cool season lawn, they recommend that you add some turf lawn ester, which is basically triclopyr, and then they want you to use a surfactant called methylated seed oil. So Pylex, again, extremely expensive. but it works. It will absolutely knock back Bermuda grass. It does not like it, especially when you combine that with the Typhoon ester. It turns it white, it knocks it back. Now, full disclaimer here, it does not kill it. The only way that I have ever found in all my years of getting rid of Bermuda grass is to use a non-selective. So we'll talk about why I'm going to choose one versus the other here in just a second. But you'll make sequential applications of this, I think every 14 to 21 days. All right, you'll apply that and the Bermuda grass will knock it back. It will stop it from spreading. It may kill some of it, but it's not going to kill it and get rid of it 100%. So if you want to get rid of Bermuda grass in your lawn, there's really only one product that I have found to be successful, and even that is not a guarantee, and that is using a non-selective herbicide. So what this is going to do is not only kill your good grass, it's also going to kill the Bermuda as well. Let me give you some tips on if you want to do a non-selective. Number one, you want to apply this when the Bermuda grass is actively growing. So it is the middle of August right now. Now is the time. You want to apply this every 14 days over and over and over to get it to work. What I would recommend doing is don't mow the lawn for, say, a week. Let that Bermuda grass really grow and kind of get crazy. And then you want to spray it, and then it'll kill it, not only kill your grass, your good grass, but it'll also kill the Bermuda as well. Then you're going to scalp down your lawn, and then you're going to spray it again 14 days after that, all right? And then usually that third or fourth application, what I would do is I would add a little bit of fertilizer, and I want to water the lawn. The reason being is I really want to encourage that Bermuda grass to grow, because again, this is a non-selective. Once we apply it, it's going to kill anything that we sprayed on, especially that Bermuda grass. So if we can encourage that Bermuda grass to come back and start growing, we can then spray it again. Again, sometimes this may take 3 or 4 applications, but that is how I have found the best way to get rid of Bermuda grass. So when would I use this as an option? Well, if you had a really, really big Bermuda grass problem, or say you just were intolerant to Bermuda grass, had to get rid of it, this could be an option. But the problem is, again, it's going to kill your good grass along with the Bermuda grass as well. So based on my situation, in my side lawn where I have that Bermuda grass, I'm gonna go with Pylex. The Bermuda grass isn't really that big a deal for me. I don't have a huge problem. So I don't wanna kill not only my good grass with the Bermuda grass, it's not that big a problem, so I'm gonna go with Pylex. So let's mix this up and get it sprayed, and I'll show you exactly how we're gonna do it. All right, so when you get your Pylex, it's gonna come with this little syringe right here. Because the use rate is so low, you have to accurately measure this, and that is a very key component. If you over apply this, you could really cause damage to your lawn and end up killing it. So first of all, make sure you read the label, as always. Make sure you wear gloves, proper PPE, those sorts of things. So the way we're gonna do this is we're gonna spray this in a 1-gallon sprayer here. I'm gonna fill it up with water, and then we're gonna add 0.7 mils of Pylex to our tank. Then we'll add our Typhoon ester, and then we'll add our methylated seed oil. I do want to mention, according to the label, you want to make sure you are applying this about 9 to 12 weeks before your first frost. Remember I said we're going to have to make multiple applications of this, so we want to start 9 to 12 weeks before the first frost. We have to get this in the plant and kill it or control it before the first frost, because once Bermuda grass gets that first frost, it will stop growing and it won't absorb our chemical. So let's get to mixing. All right, so now we're going to apply our Typhoon ester, and we're going to apply 1.5 teaspoons of this per 1,000 square feet or per gallon. So you can see extremely low use rates. All right, and then we're going to add a full tablespoon of our methylated seed oil. top this off with a gallon of water. Let's go spray. All right, you'll notice a couple things there. Number one, you saw me walking backwards, and the reason why I walked backwards is because that way I don't have to track through where I've sprayed. And the last thing I want to remind you is I'm going to do this very same thing every 21 days, probably 3 or 4 more times, and this will knock back that Bermuda grass. So really quick, if you found the video helpful, make sure you hit that like button, consider subscribing to the channel. My name's Devin, I'm the DIY Lawn Coach. I can't wait to see you in the lawn.